नाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravinda, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Purport. Activity in Krishna consciousness or acting for the benefit of Krishna without expectation of sense gratification is the highest transcendental quality of work. Even a small beginning of such activity finds no impediment, nor can that small beginning be lost at any stage. Any work begun on the material plane has to be completed. Otherwise, the whole attempt becomes a failure. But any work begun in Krishna consciousness has a permanent effect, even though not finished. The performer of such work is therefore not at a loss, even if his work in Krishna consciousness is incomplete. 1% done in Krishna consciousness bears permanent result, so that the next beginning is from the point of 2%, whereas in material activities without 100% success, there is no profit. Ajamila performed his duty in some percentage of Krishna consciousness, but the result he enjoyed at the end was 100% by the grace of the Lord. There is a nice verse in this connection in Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 1, Chapter 5, verse 17. Tyaktva sadharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajan apakvo tapate tato yadi yatra kwa vabhadram abhud amushyakim kovarta apto bhajatam swadharmata. If someone gives up his occupational duties and work in Krishna consciousness and then falls down on account of not completing his work, what loss is there on his part? And what can one gain if one performs his material activities perfectly? Or, as Christians say, what profiteth a man if he gains the whole world yet suffers the loss of his eternal soul? Material activities and their results end with the body, but work in Krishna consciousness carries a person again to Krishna consciousness, even after the loss of the body. At least one is sure to have a chance in the next life of being born again as a human being, either in the family of great cultured Brahmanas or in a rich aristocratic family that will give one further chance for elevation. That is the unique quality of work done in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कथा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितां तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpatarupascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Gaurya Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share a verse and discuss together today. So this is a memory verse and a wonderful verse from chapter 2. We all should learn that Srila Prabhupada wonderfully gives us the purport that nothing in this process is lost. And he contrasts that so well with material activities. When we perform material activities, if we don't complete it, everything is a loss. How many times have we seen abandoned buildings because they couldn't complete construction? And the whole endeavor that was done to build that big building is lost because nobody is able to live there because of some situation they found in the foundation or they didn't get the permit. And we see that the whole endeavor that was done to build that building is lost. And in the same vein, if we look at spiritual activities, whatever we do to worship the Lord, to serve His pure devotees, is never lost. The Lord says that and gives us the guarantee in this verse. So, if we want to invest our time, which is a better place to invest our time, energy, and skills? It is better to invest in spiritual activities because it lasts forever and we don't lose anything we do. Every activity of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, and Atma Nivedanam is going to be with us forever. So there is no reason to not take up this process. Even in the material world, if we look at different activities, if a student has an exam, but he or she wastes the time watching TV or playing video games, it may seem that watching TV and video games is definitely entertaining at the time uh, of watching it, but there is no long-term benefit for doing that, especially if the exam is tomorrow, and not preparing well for the exam will definitely make sure the student will not do well. And multiple instances of not doing well in their school will result in them not having a good career and living a lifetime of hardship. So even in material world, we can see clearly Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas is long-term benefit and Preyas is short-term benefit or enjoyment. And the Bhagavad Gita clearly tells us that Shreyas is far superior than Preyas. The biggest mistake any one of us can do is to do something for short term and take away from what we could be in long term. So it is very clear that we have to spend as much time as possible to in Krishna consciousness rather than spend it in material activities, because this spiritual activities are shreyas. It's giving us the long term benefit. And we can look at different analogies in material life, that if a person spends their time like the student who didn't study for the exam, or a person who is going behind sense enjoyment, they're eating anything that comes in front of them. If they are eating meat or eggs or anything that is not prescribed by the Lord, if we are not eating Krishna prasadam, the long term benefit is even they don't have good health. If they take intoxicants, at the time of taking it, they feel, oh, this is the best thing. But the long term, they have liver cirrhosis, they have different issues, they have heart problems. It becomes cancerous if they smoke, their lungs get spoiled. So they're all giving up the long term benefit for something short term. So even in material activities, there is shreyas and prayas. And even better, next level high is to do Vishuddha Sattva, where we are performing activities in Krishna consciousness, where there is no karma involved and it only benefits us for eternity. So it's made very clear by Srila Prabhupada that we there is no loss or diminution in this process. So what excuse do we have not to take up this process? And we also have to spread this message to everyone, because it's going to benefit the whole world. Without them coming to Krishna consciousness, they're just walking dead bodies, because we are just going through the cycle of life and death based on the different karmas we get. But if we are able to do anything, like Srila Prabhupada says, if we are able to do 1% of what we are supposed to, and then we pass away from this body, the next life we can start from 2%. But if we take anything material, we are starting everything from scratch. We have to learn the letters. We have to learn to walk as a baby. We have to go to school for many, many years to reach some proficiency in knowledge so that we can live in this world. We can read and write. None of this we carry with us to the next life, because even if a person gets 3 PhDs, he has to start back from ABC in the next life. So, what is the use of this knowledge? I was reading yesterday, there was some person who took 220 degrees, and he's called a living university. Now, his whole life he wasted, just to increase his false ego that he's very learned. He's a doctor, he's a lawyer, he took business degrees. So many, many disciplines he took. But what is the use if he lost all his time taking these degrees, passing the IAS, and it's just to show off that, oh, I'm capable of taking so many exams, and I'm a doctor, engineer, businessman, lawyer, all at the same time. But what if this person had taken this great acumen that he has for learning to learn Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, nectar of instruction and devotion, and he was a walking encyclopedia of these, then he would have purified the life not only of his but of many others as well, who he can help and improve their circumstance. So we have to make good choices and understand that anything we do spiritual is never lost, and we don't want to put our investments, even in the material sense, on something that's going to be lost completely. We hear about the story of the king who had 4 wives. He spent most of the time with one beautiful wife who he thought is the best. At the time he had to leave his body, the wife said, "Sorry, I'm going to remarry. I can't, I'm not going to come with you." Then he asked his second wife. Second wife said, "I'm going to, I'm, uh, I'm going to come with you only until the funeral pyre, and after that, I'm not going to, you know, go with you." The the third wife, she said, um, "I will not even come to the funeral pyre. I'm just going to stay at home." And then the fourth wife, which he neglected the most, she said, "I'm going to come with you even when you leave this body. I'm going to be with you." And then the king realized that he spent his time with the wrong wife. All these years he has wasted. And in this analogy, the first wife is the king's wealth. The wealth of the king, as soon as he passes away, it goes to the successor. He's not able to take any of the wealth with him to the next body. And the wife who would not even come to the funeral pyre is is his um, belongings, his house. He invested a lot in his palace, and he it cannot come with him because he has to leave from there and go to the funeral pyre. The third wife is his body that came with him only until the funeral pyre, and then the body gets burned. And the only wife who was going to travel with him to the next life was his uh, his uh, his suhriti, or his consciousness uh, and his spiritual activities that he did during his life. And he was neglecting spiritual activities all through his life, and then he had to leave his body. There's no time left to do anything spiritual. Now, if he had spent good time with this wife would have helped him more, but he couldn't. He just wasted his time. So, from the story, we can understand that where are we investing our time and effort? How much are we doing for something that's going to help us not only in this life but for the next life or till eternity? So we need to make sure that we spend our time very judiciously on what is going to help us in the long run, what is Shreyas. So we can now take reflections and discuss amongst ourselves what we take inspiration from this beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is telling Arjuna and giving him all the reasons why he need to fight the war, because it is his duty to fight, and it is what the Lord wants. So whatever we do for the Lord is a karma, and it's Krishna conscious activity. It is service to the Lord, and whatever we do is never lost. So he's clearly telling Arjuna this is what he needs to do, because like Neela Govind Prabhuji always says, we have to listen with relationship and surrender to our spiritual master. And here, Arjuna is surrendered to the Lord, and the Lord is giving him clear instructions why he needs to fight. And we just need to do what the Lord wants and please get pleased by. So we can learn from the situation of Arjuna, that the Lord is giving him this clear instruction, and it's actually instructions for all of us. We got to take this seriously, because this lotus verse came from the mouth of the Supreme Lord 5,000 years back for all of us. And we have to remember these every second of the day and please the Supreme Lord and our spiritual master. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Dandavat Pranam, dear devotees. Prabhuji, as a practicing ISKCON devotee, we all can relate to this chapter because there is living proof that from the time we started to chant, listen Krishna Katha, respect the four principles, and do all these wonderful things that align us with spirituality, and we gain, there's like a knowledge that comes to us which we gain daily by listening to Krishna Katha. So there is proof. I'm sure that each and every one of us on this call could attest to this, because there is proof. We understand more. Krishna has given us something that he spoke to Arjuna, and when we practice this, there is living proof that we understand more, and we want more, and we want to do more to nurture this type of life. So my takeaway from this is that, there's living proof in what Arjuna is receiving from Lord Krishna. And when we practice in accordance, we will reap the benefits. Absolutely no doubt. That's my takeaway and my experiences, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Rame Pran Prabhuji. You're very senior and you have lived in this world more than most of us, and your experience is very important, and this is a very wonderful point that you bring, that it's not just looking at this and trying to follow, but we can also understand from those who followed how beneficial this is. So the proof is in the pudding, it said. So anybody who took up this process, their life is so successful, and they have taken up this process. Their consciousness becomes very pure, and they interact with the world with that consciousness. And like you said, it's every day what we do that's most important to improve our life and improve our consciousness and get closer to becoming a pure devotee. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful point. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanavat Pranam.
Mhm.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Ram all goes to Sri Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful verse you have read. This is one of the, as you mentioned, one of the most important verses where we can see that anything we do in spiritual activity, it does not go in vain. Even though, as you mentioned, in this material life, we acquire a lot of wealth, lot of education, lot of degrees, or whatever, you know, that will, go away in a flash. But whatever you earn, the spiritual, even, chanting Hare Krishna mantra, doing seva to devotees will always be, beneficial, in this life, next life, lives to come. So that will elevate us to the spiritual world. So we don't need to come back into this material world, this suffering with Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. And also wonderfully you explained, Prabhuji, about the analogy of four wives. So whatever we accumulate, and the wealth, our relatives, our body, our own body, doesn't come with us once we are, this mortal body, this temporary body is done. So only in the spirit soul that will come with us and will help us. Right? So we have to nurture this from a very young age. Like a lot of people say that, oh, this is not the time for Krishna consciousness, but we never know when we will leave this body. So that's why we have to be very, very careful, and when we have to. That's why my own aim, Pripsi, when we want to, show our kids, first we have to do it. So we have to do it as an example, so that we can give this knowledge of Krishna consciousness to our kids, to our family, to our dear friends, relatives, and all. So that is the highest transcendental quality of work, because any activity you do in Krishna consciousness is for eternal. So that will increase our Krishna consciousness and benefit our, not only us, it will benefit the whole society. There will be no, if everybody can see Lord Krishna in other's heart as he's there as Paramatma, then we will respect everyone. And there is no loss in this path. Like sometimes, they say, okay, when you join, you have nothing to enjoy. But actual enjoyment is in Krishna consciousness. Because we always, if we have to sing, we have to sing for Krishna, dance for Krishna, eat. So we do pretty much everything what these materialistic do, but in a spiritual way. So that's why we have to, keep our association also and with Krishna conscious devotees, so that we can have a better life, not only for us, for the devotees, for family and everything. So this actually, as mentioned, will save us from the greatest of the dangers, because we know, I mean, just reading Garuda Purana and all this, how difficult it is, once we go through that hellish life. So, sometimes we have to also, of course, for devotees, they don't even need to, but, we have to be very careful. So going down to the lower species, also is a very pain way. Even in India, if you see the dogs, sometimes, the street dogs are always, you know, um, not taken care, they don't have food and all. But the dog which has a collar, like we, the devotees, have Kantimala, so Krishna says he'll personally take care of us. And also, of course, take care of the devotees. So that's why it is very important that we do this Krishna consciousness with pure love and devotion, so that we can help each other to get rid of this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sabala Gopal Prabhuji. Your words are so inspiring, and it's really calling to action that we have to do these activities every day and not think that we can do towards the end of our life, because what we practice every day is all we can do at the time of leaving, because we cannot do anything the last second. We have to condition ourselves in Krishna consciousness, not in material activities. And thank you for bringing up the point about nothing we do in Krishna consciousness is lost in vain. So appreciate your steadfastness in the process. You are a great inspiration for all of us. You chant and join this call every day and show by example how we can prepare ourselves in Krishna consciousness every day consistently, which will help us to get out of the cycle of Janma Mritya Jara Vyadhi. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for these wonderful points and inspiring all of us to live a Krishna conscious life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji and
All
Dr.
good
Ram.
wishes. Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, thank you so much for nice discussion. And you gave so good examples of what should we do, what should not do. So, Prabhuji, when you said about Shreyas and Prayas, that's my takeaway. Like, I'm always running behind the prayers, but what is prescribed duties, what is prescribed by Krishna, by Shastra, by the Gurus, that is Shreyas, and that will give us long term benefit, and we are looking for short term benefit. So, you gave very good analogy, example of people who eats whatever they want to eat, not thinking about the future. They may get a lot of diseases, etc. And the whole world is polluted, so that's why it's very important what we choose to eat, what we choose to live with. So that's why who practice Krishna consciousness uh, under the umbrella of ISKCON and under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada, they are very blessed, I feel, Prabhuji. And who did not get that chance yet, there Krishna should give them mercy to realize the need of it. So important. So Prabhuji, so thank you so much for every day inspiring us, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare
And
Krishna Vasudeva. Sorry, please complete.
no, sorry, Prabhuji. And today is Prabhuji uh, Krishna Pandit. His appearance day is today. And he actually danced 72 hours when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang specially for him. So he is one of the associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was very good in singing and dancing for Mahaprabhu, and he was Krishna Lila Tunga Vidya gopis of 8 gopis of Srimati Radharani. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vaswati Mataji. Thank you so much for the wonderful reiteration of the most important point of Shreyas and Prayas. How we should follow long term goals and give up these short term enjoyments that was not going to help us. So when you reiterate the point, it really inspires all of us that we don't just say it, but we do it as much as possible, the choices we make. Thank you so much, Mataji, for bringing your realizations and inspiring all of us. And thank you for also reminding us that the appearance day of Vakreshwar Pandit, who is great contemporary of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his position in the spiritual world um, as Ashtasakis. Thank you so much, Mataji. As per the Gaudiya calendar, for the regional calendar, it looks like it is tomorrow, at least in the place I am um, in Tennessee. So we can see if there is any bhajan written by Vakreshwar Pandit and try to sing it tomorrow.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. I
yes.
saw it's today in Pran Govinda Prabhuji's WhatsApp, so that's why I thought. But thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, yeah, 1 or 2 days here and there,
Okay.
in this world. Yeah, we can always prepare our consciousness from today, and it always starts. The Tithi starts in India, so we can. It's good for us. We follow what has started in the east, so we can remember our motherland of Bharat and how the devotees there are performing and celebrating each festival. Take inspiration, and then when our time comes, we can start as well. So I feel we are uniquely situated to always, follow what's happening in our wonderful country of Bharat. Thank you, Mataji. Rajna Mataji has a question in the chat. How to maintain a safe distance from neophyte devotees who try to influence us by unnecessary justification? Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for this question, Rajna Mataji, because even though we come and read from Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, we can easily get influenced by those who are not in Krishna consciousness. So one of the important aspects of remaining in Krishna consciousness is to maintain distances from non-devotees. In this case, you're saying they are neophyte devotees, so they're just transitioning from the materialistic frame of mind of finding sense enjoyment to getting some nectar and relishment from spiritual activities, coming to the temple, associating with devotees, etc. They are just finding their footing in Krishna consciousness. This whole movement, Srila Prabhupada has established, we can see as a hospital, and anybody who comes to this hospital is wanting to get cured. But when we associate with those in a hospital, if they have a contagious disease, we have to protect ourselves with masks and sometimes even a whole suit if it is a very contagious disease. So the best mask you can wear is associating with senior devotees, chanting the holy names of the Lord, hearing from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita every day. This is the best mask or shield we can have so that we are protected. And if we nourish our soul with what is right, just like we have heard the analogy, if we pour a lot of water into a dirty cup, if we keep filling it with water, it overflows, and we keep pouring, the dirt will slowly exist and it'll all become pure. But if we keep pouring dirty water in there, then we remain dirty. So we are all small little cups, and if we are able to fill with the right purity of water, it'll definitely reflect in our consciousness. So yes, Mataji, since we are in a hospital with, and everybody has some degree of a disease called Maya, of material consciousness. So if we associate with those who are more into material consciousness, they come to the programs, but they are always thinking about the next movie they want to watch, the next jewelry they need to buy, the next best car or house they want to buy. It is possible that we'll also, fall into that trap of materialism and getting better than the Jones, the neighbor. Nobody wants to be worse than their neighbor. Nobody thinks I want a smaller house. I want a smaller bank balance, a better, a smaller car than the neighbor, because we are still, thinking we are this body, and we are thinking the few years we are in this life. We are thinking of only that, but not in the long run what is going to benefit us. So just like Subala Gopal Prabhuji told us about very importance of association, we need to spend more time with those who are in a better state of Krishna consciousness than us, so that we can live by their example rather than those who are new and who can influence us in the wrong way. Now, that doesn't mean we have to, totally keep all the neophyte devotees away. We have to come to them and give them association as a service to Krishna, because Krishna says later in Bhagavad Gita that whoever helps in bringing others to Krishna consciousness is his favorite. So we all want to become his favorite, and many people, they say, "Show me God." But we have to be in the mindset that I'm going to become qualified so that the Lord wants to see me. I have no qualification to go ask, I want to see God now. What can I do now to please the Lord and make Him want to see us? So with that mindset, we can give our association, but not take anything they do that's contrary to what we have to, and take inspiration from them. And if we do 80% of the time with those who are practicing good, and we can probably spend only 20% of our time to help others who are slowly growing in Krishna consciousness, it'll make sure that we are not going in the wrong route. Hare Krishna, Mataji, does that try to come close to giving you any points of help in this situation?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, yeah. I mean, a lot. Because sometimes when devotees say something which is like not pleasing to the mind, then I feel disturbed. Like I am not able to say anything to them, but after I come back from there, I feel disturbed for a while. Then I'm like how to just avoid them, but not hurt them in the same way. Like I don't want to hurt them, but I want to avoid them. So I just had this feeling in my mind, like how should I do it?
Very good. Thank you, Mataji, for the wonderful question. And when you ask a question, it looks like Veena Mataji also had a similar question. So we are helping each other to improve in Krishna consciousness. I see Neela Govind Prabhuji has joined. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we are waiting eagerly to have your association today. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll continue our discussion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadhantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyo Eva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachala, Ongam langayate girim, Vitkripatamaham vande. Shri Guru Dinatari. Hare Krishna. So, yesterday, we were discussing an important aspect about how one can actually come out of the state of dualities. Everyone has a question because heart requires to be addressed. So, this asking of a question, dadate pratignate kuyamakyate prachati, this has to be addressed in the right way. Arjuna also has a question. Krishna is addressing that question. Arjuna's question is very serious. What is his question? On an overall way. I am acting, I'm there in selfless, but I'm on a selfless place, but still my heart is not responding correctly. What is the problem? Where is the problem? So Krishna, after summarizing the essence that Krishna consciousness is the only solution, here in this sloka number 38, which we discussed yesterday, Sukha Dukha Samaikritva Lava Labo Jaya Jaya Tato Yudhasya Yujjasva Tato Yudhaya Yujjasva Naivam Papama Vapsyasye. Krishna very clearly giving the clarity that no doubt where we are, what we do, if our every action and activity is to please the Lord, again say, if our every action and activity is to please the Lord, for example, you are going somewhere, you're walking on the street, you see something, let's say you see an ice cream, whatever, ice cream shop, then you want to eat ice cream. And immediately mind will tell. The moment you see that, mind will tell, oh, you should eat that. Even if you practice for 10 years or 20 years, mind will tell. The mind doesn't know. The nature of the mind is that. But through the maturity in Krishna consciousness, what happens is the person will actually know what the mind is telling, what the heart is telling. Because he has that experience and the maturity. If the person doesn't have a maturity, then what happens? He immediately just follow whatever the mind is telling. Likewise, dear devotees, the mind will tell, go and eat ice cream. If we follow the words of the mind, we just go and eat. We forget, oh, this is not Krishna Prasad. This is not pleasing the spiritual master. This is not pleasing the Lord. We don't remember any of those things. Through that, I get karmic reactions. Likewise, when you go further into this, in Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj, which I shared, Canto 1, chapter number 19, text number 14. Parikshit Maharaj is telling, taking the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, following their footsteps. Second, following the footsteps of Guru Sadhu Shastra. Third one is being compassionate to every jiva in this world. For example, if I don't like a person and I ignore that person, a question will come, why are we ignoring? Because we have something negative in our heart. That's why we do ignore. Because the moment I see that particular person, that negativity which is already there in my heart, that gets rejuvenated. This generally happens through insecurity. Or if that person is in a superior position, we feel insecure, or we will see negatives in that particular person. Oh, why he only? Why she only? That means the consciousness, the mind is so agile that it continuously tries to find problems or mistakes in one's consciousness through consciousness in the other person. But what is Parakshit Maharaj telling here? He's telling three things. I should have complete faith and conviction on the lotus feet of the Lord. Second thing is I should take full association of Guru Sadhu Shastra, and not just that, I should get complete strength to follow those instructions. And third thing is being compassionate to every living entity in this world. That means there is no enmity towards the other person. That means if a person is doing the first two things correctly, taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this is very, very important, following the instruction of Guru Sadhu Shastra, and then try to act or change or tune our consciousness in such a way that we are factually following them. For example, this mind is telling unnecessary thing. Watch this, watch that. Mind will tell, okay, watch that 2011 World Cup final. Or mind will tell, watch that FIFA World Cup that year where you are a child, where you watched it. Mind will tell, watch this, watch that, watch this old movie, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, or watch something else. It doesn't have any correlation. Please understand. Mind will tell so many things. What am I doing? Who is a bhakta who understands really what the mind is telling and what the Guru Sadhu Shastra is telling? And this bhakta is always taking the association of Guru Sadhu Shastra. And for this, he requires deep relationship. Without relationship, these things will not work. That means it's a failure after failure. Sadhaka will fail continuously because sadhaka is not feeling the relation. Through relationship only he will remember that person. For example, if a girl or if a boy loves a girl, now wherever he goes, he's actually seeing the girl. He's not actually seeing the girl, but he's feeling the girl, presence of the girl. That means there's not a material plane. There's feeling a relation with that particular person. Very intimate relation. He's remembering all the intimate things, all that relationship, wherever he has met her, at the ice cream parlor, at the cinema hall, somewhere else. He's remembering at the school, at the college. He's remembering all of those things. And then he's just meditating on that. That means he has some weightage to meditate. But what do we meditate in Krishna consciousness? Shravana Shakti. The Shravana which we have taken, the process of hearing through association, through relation. Or when we do that, what happens is we immediately get associated to that person. We develop a relationship with that person because he's speaking something very tangible, very useful for us. And through them, we remember them. Through them, we remember the acharyas. Through them, we remember the spiritual masters. Through them, we remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means what are they for us? They mean a lot. That means just like a boy has a relationship with a girl, that's on a material plane, but on a spiritual plane, we should develop that relation with those personalities. Through that, what happens is whatever they are telling, it comes to us because we have a right attitude towards them. This is what exactly Parikshit Maharaj is asking. I shared that sloka also in our group. What is he asking? He's asking, I want complete conviction and faith on the Supreme Personality. Next one, I want to obey myself fully, take full shelter through Guru Sadhu Shastra. Through that obeying, I really want to submit to them. And then not only that, all of you pray for me. He's telling you pray or you give blessings to me so that I can follow their instructions fully. Who is he speaking? This is a pure soul who's ruling this entire world. See his attitude and consciousness. This is not like a person who just came to Krishna consciousness. No, he is practicing this science again and again. No, that person is telling, no, 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 do, please, please, I want to pray. See the attitude, dear devotees. We sometimes, the moment we come to the moment, and then within 6 months or 1 year, we think that, oh, I've been chanting every day since 1 year. I'm a devotee now. Now I can start judging others. Now I can start putting others down. This is not the mentality which Parikshit Maharaj is showing. I want to stay away from that person. I want to stay away from this person. I want to do this. I want to do that. But what Parikshit Maharaj is telling? Parikshit Maharaj is perfectly telling. Perfect answer. What is that? Perfect question, perfect answer. What is that? He's telling, he's praying or requesting the Vaishnavas, please give blessings so that I can remember this truth continuously. So that I develop a deep relationship with this personalities and follow the truth correctly to the core of my heart. And then the third aspect, to be compassionate to every living entity in this world. Not being non-envious, not being envious to them, not being jealous of them, not being thinking that, oh, what is this, what is that? And simply accepting the words. Please understand this, dear devotees. This is a state. Now, to attain that state, what is that? First thing that we should do, Advaishta Sarvabhutana. First foremost thing is non-envious. How this non-enviousness will come into the heart? When one develop deep devotion to Guru Sadhu Shastra and worship Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Krishna, the core of our heart. They are our saviors. Now, when we have that, what happens is we develop good attitude. The mind will tell to find faults in. Yeah, mind will show faults in. Are Shishupal was able to see faults in Krishna also. Duryodhana was finding faults in Vidura. Vidura is a great person. Duryodhana is trying to find faults in Vidura. Shishupala will tell Krishna, oh, you are just a cowherd boy. What is this? He's trying to find faults. That means the mind, if we do not have a right attitude or respect to the other person or relationship with that particular person, we will find faults with it. It's easy. That's why when we develop that deep conviction with those personalities, Krishna and his representatives, fully to the core of the heart, what happens is we will have Maitreya Bhav, friendly attitude with everyone. We will be compassionate. We will not be passionate. Rather, we will be compassionate. How? Because we have because through the devotion with Supreme Personality of Godhead, by following the words of the Acharyas, we are developing conviction in the process. Because just like the boy has experiences with the girl, is remembering those experiences. Through those experiences, he's feeling the relationship, like meeting at the ice cream parlor, at the cinema hall, this, that. He's remembering the words which they both discussed. Likewise, when we develop, when we remember the words of the acharyas, when we remember the words of this great personality, when we remember the association of the pure souls in our life, through that what we do is we take those experiences and we keep those experiences in our heart. For this, you require personalism, dear devotees. Without personalism, this will not happen. You should actually respect that person genuinely. You should know that person. You should interact with that person. Otherwise, these experiences will not go into the heart. Because there's no, because when we see everything on an impersonal level, I always ask this question: do I have a relationship with my spiritual master on a personal level or an impersonal level? And how do I test that? If they say something to me, if I'm not following, immediately I need to understand I have a relationship with that person on an impersonal level. I'm not still not in a position to accept their words. I'm still on an impersonal level. This impersonal level will not help us. We will know knowledge, we will gain knowledge, but the knowledge will not be realized knowledge because the relationship is still on an impersonal level. Impersonalism will not help us. Only personalism will help. I remember my spiritual master telling his disciples told him that when they were children, they still remember the teacher which they have good relation. They still remember. And then whoever they have good relationship with that particular teacher, in that subject they will get better marks. That's a fact actually. Because what you do is you like that teacher, and then through that liking, you also like that subject, what the teacher is teaching. It's a very personal process. They are devotees. Like as Krishna consciousness is a very personal process. It's not a matter of gaining some knowledge. You'll gain knowledge, but you'll also forget that knowledge within no time. But when you develop that relationship, just like Krishna has intimate relationship with Arjuna, just like Srila Prabhupada has intimate relationship with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, just like Srila Prabhupada followers, they have intimate relationship with that spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada through the Vani. They are the one who will actually withhold this truth in their heart. They are the one. Tadvag visargo jhanataga viplo yasmin pratislokam abhadram. Tadvaga visargo jhanataga viplo. That means in that person's consciousness, viplava will come. Revolution will come in their consciousness. In their heart, revolution will come. Otherwise, to leave that lower taste, no one will leave the lower taste. Why they will leave the? Is a fool to leave the lower taste. Seems to be lower, but is a taste, right? Who the fool? Nobody will leave the taste. Even the materialistic happiness, materialistic so-called enjoyment, nobody will leave that. Why? Because he's not experiencing the higher one. Because he did have that kind of association. How can he leave that lower taste? Just like that thief had experience with Sanatan Goswami. It's personal. Through that personal experiences, he had experience with Sanatan Goswami. Through that experience, what is happening is he was able to leave that touchstone. He threw out that touchstone in the Ganges and then came and sat in front of the spiritual master. Then only he began speaking about Krishna consciousness. Up until that point of time, he did not speak a word about chanting of Hare Krishna mantra or Krishna consciousness. That person, through that very small time interaction, he felt, yes, this person is very special. Let me serve him. Let me respect him. He offered prostrated obeisances, and then he goes to the Ganges, he throws out this touchstone, and then he comes and here sits. Then he begins speaking Krishna consciousness. That means Sanatana Goswami spoke to him after surrender. Wow, what a beautiful process is this. Krishna spoke to Arjuna after surrender. But now, if everyone, Prabhupada is very merciful. His followers are also merciful. They don't speak after surrender. They speak before only, hoping that they'll surrender one day. Wow, what a beautiful process. This is personalism. But when you are seeing that person's heart, trying to understand him, what he's telling. You're seeing the heart here. Krishna is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, don't worry. You fight for me. Krishna is indirectly telling, not indirectly, directly, Baba. He says, do thou fight for the sake of fighting. Sukha dukkha samakritva lava lava jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva. What is he telling? Tato yuddhaya yujjasva. What is it? Tato yudhaya yujjasva. What is that? Yudhaya, dear? What is? Fight for me. Likewise, if you have a relationship with the spiritual master, you immediately follow his words. Spiritual master says, you do this service, immediately you do that service. Spiritual master says, you clean this thing, immediately you clean. Spiritual master says, there is a service, you just get some Lakshmi, immediately you'll get the Lakshmi. Because what is he? He's sold out devotee. Now, this kind of relationship one should cultivate with the Vaishnava. Then the perfection will begin. Very important. Because what is this? Through that person, submission is extracted. Just like Arjuna, Krishna is extracting submission from Arjuna. Sukha dukkha samekritva. That means there are dualities in this world. Forget all those things. Just do it for me. What a revolution they did. Tadvag Visarga Janataga Viplava. What a great revolution is this. That means the heart is responding to the words of the acharyas, to the words of the spiritual master. I will do this, I will do this. That means desire is coming from the heart. Bapre. What is happening? Desire is coming from the heart. What is that desire? Let me do this, let me do this. This is the greatest thing for me. This is the greatest benediction for me. I don't want to be envious with anyone in this world. I remember spiritual master telling, if a person is leaving one's body, he will ask this very primary question to him. Are you envious with anyone in this world? If say yes, then he would ask who is that person. If she says so and so person, then spiritual master will take that as a service, and then what he will do is he will tell, you know what? He will remove the enmity in that person's heart by telling the glories of the other person. By removing the miscommunication or the gap which is there, or the issue which came, he'll remove that issue. And then he will develop good quality in that particular person, because the devotee who's actually leaving the body, he should be non-envious. He should not be envious with anyone in this world. If he is envious with anyone in this world, he has to come back again. Or why he has to come back again? Because that is an attachment. That is an anartha. Through that anartha, an attachment is coming. Through that attachment, he has to take another birth. See how consciousness is very deadly, dear devotees. That is, what is the first primary question one should ask to ourselves today, because we don't know when we will leave our body. What is the first question? Am I envious with anyone in this world? If yes, why? Oh, you are envious with that particular person? Why? Because that person has a position? Ah, that means you are aspiring for positions in this world. For example, if you are not aspiring for the positions, if you are not aspiring for any position in this world, then you don't aspire for that. Then you don't become envious to that person. That means the so-called attachment in this world is showing us another angle through that attachment. What is that? Through that raga, dvesha is coming. Exactly this will happen in this world. Especially if you take this process very core to the heart. These things you'll see deeper when you go deeper into your Krishna consciousness. And if a person who understands the situation in this world, then he knows, what is my pathetic position? Why am I so much worried from this? Why am I so much absorbed on this? I should put all these aside. I'm not here for that. I'm not meant for that. I shouldn't do this. Then he will immediately ground that. He understands. He is not, because the consciousness should be elevated. For example, if a person is looking for name, fame, profit, adoration, he's fixed in that. That is dvesha. The person will have dvesha. Why? Because, oh, this person did not give me this, or this person did not talk to me nicely, or this person did not give me prasad when I go to the temple, or this person did not say Hare Krishna. People will be envious because that person did not tell Hare Krishna. That means he did not respect us. People will be envious for that also. Why he should respect us? Nobody will think like this. Why he should respect us? They shouldn't actually, the sadhaka should see in such a way that, this devotee, they shouldn't even see my face because I'm fit for nothing. Or what to speak of telling Hare Krishna? Oh, when I go to school, so many students, the children, they say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I try to tell Hare Krishna to everyone who tells Hare Krishna. Because I feel in my heart, why these children are telling Hare Krishna? This is the glory of Srila Prabhupada. This is the glory of the spiritual master. This is the glory of Srila Prabhupada. Through their culture, through their wisdom, through their everything, through their sacrifices, today students are telling Hare Krishna. It is not that because I am something. That means what we should see? We should see our root. For example, if I am not seeing my root, if I am absorbed to me, then what happens if tomorrow if the child is not telling Hare Krishna, I'll be in a different shade. Oh, why you are not telling Hare Krishna? Yesterday you told me Hare Krishna. You will not come through that. You will tell something else. What you will tell something else? You will tell something else. What is that? What is that something else? Oh, you know what? You did not do homework. Oh, why your dress is like this? Why no shoes today? Your core idea is what? He is not respecting you. You're not speaking that directly, but you're speaking something else. Oh, why you're not doing this? Why you're not doing that? That as a teacher you have to do, but not now, because now your consciousness is polluted because you're thinking about I, me, myself. This state is a dangerous state, dear devotee. Why sense gratification comes? Because of I, me, myself. Because I want to enjoy. I want to be the controller. I want to be the maintainer. That's why this comes. That's why this consciousness has to be checked continuously. Everyone should ask questions on a consciousness level. Why is my heart not responding? Why am I not seeing Krishna? Why? Where is the problem in Krishna consciousness? Why am I not taking this science on the level of surrender? Questions should be like this. This should be the question. Why am I not taking? I'm hearing since 4 5 years. Why am I not taking this process seriously to the core of the heart? Why the seriousness is not coming in my heart? How many days I will be stuck like this? Now I will ask this question to myself also. How the consciousness is reacting when we are alone? How the consciousness is reacting in the midst of devotees? How the consciousness is reacting when you are discussing or speaking the truth? That means you are speaking the truth. That means you become superior. That means everyone is inferior to you. That is a useless consciousness actually. The person who is actually speaking, he sees himself as everyone's servant. That's why in the group also I read your servant. Why? I should feel that I am the servant, not the master. Not the master. What is my consciousness? What is my mentality? If I feel that I'm servant, then only there is a question of service. If I feel I'm the master, Prabhupada has been asked this question. Oh, Swamiji, oh, you opened up this ISKCON organization. Oh, oh, everyone is telling you are Jagat Guru, you are this, you are the Guru of this entire world. And Prabhupada put his head down and then he said, I'm the servant of everyone. Nobody dare to speak like that. You go and ask any big personalities. There are so many spiritual organizations. Go and ask them, are you servant of everyone? They don't proclaim themselves as a servant of everyone. Only a sincere, pure soul of Krishna, he will only proclaim himself as servant of everyone. No one else, because no relation, nah. It's only through relationship they will feel that. This is not like doing some orchestra or modification or change in the consciousness. One has to feel, are this person is such a big personality. I'm a useless soul. What should be our consciousness? And this person, he himself is telling that I'm a lowly person. What should be our mentality? Lower. Trinada bisuniche. Tarori vasaishu. Amani, manadana, kirtana. With this state of consciousness, when we see everyone as a superior person. It's very important. Very important. I remember Svirchanashra telling, sometimes when he's heavy in the class, he says, I'm checking my consciousness. Oh, I'm speaking heavy things now. I'm trying to put, I'm trying to show the other devotees mistakes. What is my conscious? He'll tell this in the, what is my conscious? What is my attitude? What is my attitude behind this? Do I really want to help them, elevate them? Or am I here to show my superiority? Beautiful. This is bhakti. Checking one's consciousness, checking one's heart. What is my attitude? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? You see, Parikshit Maharaj, what is he telling? He is offering obeisances to everyone. He is about to leave his body in a week. He is speaking these beautiful words. What is he telling? Please, you should really take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. And then I should really bow to Guru Sadhu Shastra, and I should sincerely follow their words to the core of my heart. What is this consciousness? This person who ruled 700 years, that person is speaking. Just like Srila Prabhupada. who actually meditated on the instructions of his spiritual master for 40, 50 years, and after that he opened up the ISKCON organization. And then after that, when a reporter is asking this question, see his consciousness and his mentality and his attitude. Hats off to this person. That's why we give respect to, just like we give respect to Krishna, to these personalities. साक्षादरितेन समस्त शास्त्रेर उक्तस्तताभावेत्तैव साध्वे किन्तु प्रभोया प्रियाय तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम्. We respect them just like we respect Krishna. Why? They deserve that because they're direct representatives of the Lord. And through this respect, who is pleased? Krishna is immensely pleased. He bestows unlimited mercy. He gives so much shelter and protection to those souls. Dear devotees, Krishna, if you do real Krishna consciousness, if you really sincerely practice Krishna consciousness, no problem will touch you. That means if problems are coming, Krishna will give you immense strength to come out of the problems, to come out of those problems. But if you are not Krishna conscious, this material nature will pull us down left and right. It will fry us out in this world. Very important. This we need to understand. Tatha rajas tamo bhava kama lobhastaiste chetayetar anavitam sthitam satve prasidyate. Tatha rajas tamo bhava. This kama, this rajoguna and tamoguna, they are adamant. They will not live. But still, through this process of Shravana and Kirtana, through the association, slowly one's consciousness is elevated to Sat. Kama, Krodha, Tata, Lobha. Tasmad etam trayam tajet trividam narakasya dwaram nashanam atmana. This Kama, Krodha, Lobha, if at least person has one, he will go to hell. Yes, Kama, Krodha, Lobha. If he has one out of this, through attachment, all these three things will come. Attachment to this material world. Just one attachment to this material world. Three things will come. Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Because through attachment only Lobha will come. Because the moment he has some attachment, he feels or hankers to have more. That is Lobha. If that thing is not fulfilled, he gets Krodha. Oh, why that thing is not happening? Krodha. Immediately Krodha is coming. Why my children are not listening? Immediately Krodha is coming. Immediately we beat them hard. That means they are becoming the instrument of our Krodha. Krishna. Don't we get reactions to that? We will suffer for that. Unnecessary through Krodha, when we are reacting to the other person, we have to suffer for that. Actually, that's why, dear devotees, there are individual karma which one has to repent. There is group karma also. That's why through that group karma only we are kept in that particular family. For example, if a person is going through a serious issue, it's a group karma because he's part of the family. Everyone else has to suffer through that. It's a group karma. For example, a person through the disease, he leaves the body. The moment he leaves the body, he might be a small child, but the group karma, it is affecting everyone in the body, in the family. For example, if a wife or a husband, they're divorced, it's a group karma. Not this is an individual karma and also group karma. What is that group karma? Through that individual karma, person is suffering. As it is a group karma, it is because they're all part of the same family, right? Mother, father, sister, husband, all of those things, they're part of the same thing. But this is a problem. Who they all also suffer. Why only those families are only that family suffering? It's a part of group karma. That means a lot of people will say, "Oh, why I have to suffer? Why there's a problem to me? Why I should suffer in this world?" Well, they don't understand the reason because they're doing so much karmic reactions. They're doing karma kanda, doing karmic reactions. They're devoid of Krishna. They're forgetful of Krishna. Today in the morning also we were discussing about this. This person is suffering so much. Another devotee was sharing. This person is suffering so much means he is carrying so much baggage of karmic reaction. So sad. He's feeling sad. He's feeling compassionate to that particular jiva. He's suffering so much. Wow. He's not like envious, or he's not duplicitous to that person, but he's actually compassionate to that particular person. This person is suffering so much. This person is carrying so much trauma. And then that trauma, that suffering is given to his children. Because that child studies at our school. It's a problem. That problem, it's an individual problem, is coming to group. That means child is also suffering through that group problem. Not become a group problem. Why it is a group problem? Why that child has to suffer? Because she has to go through that karmic reaction also. That's why to avoid all of these things, what we should do? You become Krishna conscious. Simple solution. Just as Parashin Maharaj is telling, take full submission to the lotus feet of the Lord. Hear from Guru Sadhu Shastra. Develop good relationship with them. Follow their words very nicely. Respect them very sincerely to the core of the heart. Accept them as the spiritual master. Worship them. Respect them. Adore them. Take good association. Hear from them. Try to follow. Try to apply. And remember my spiritual master telling, Are you don't give me anything. Don't give me anything. Just follow the truth. Just follow the truth. If you don't understand, I'll tell the truth 100 times. But follow the truth. And then when we follow the truth, what happens? The third thing will manifest. This is the most important thing. With what attitude we should see everyone. To our superiors, respect them. Respect, worship them. Superiors, respect, worship can be done because they are giving us so much. To the equals, develop friendship, maitra, friendship. It's not easy because we will be envious. For example, if both devotees are doing same service, both devotees are have same background, same intelligence. But if one devotee is doing higher service than the other devotee, immediately the devotee who is in the lower state, he will be envious of that person. You should not cultivate that. You should be friendly, maitra. That means your consciousness is to be completely chucked to your devotees. Because the mind will always tell, no, be envious, be envious, be envious. It will not demarcate. It will show enviousness to everyone. It will show karma towards everyone. You already have wife, it will show karma to other wife, other person also. That is the nature of the mind, very duplicitous. You should be very careful how the consciousness, how the mind is reacting. Then immediately the intelligence should come. No, this is not right. Proper said this, or my spiritual master said this. This is relation. This is relation. If we don't feel this, then we will do so many karmic reactions in this world. That means you're connected to them. They are our reservoir. They are our shelter and protection. That means the right intelligence has to come at the right place. Wow. Otherwise, it will be a failure. We should strive for that consciousness. This requires deep submission. Friendship, and who are dependent on us, who are hearing from us, we should have compassionate attitude towards them. We should not be envious towards them. We should have good attitude towards them. These three things have to be followed. Very important. And everything comes through these three things only. That's why hearing from the right source is very, very important. Hare Krishna. I think I'll stop here. It's getting late. I know you all have to leave. Anyone would like to ask anything, would like to have any questions? We'll not discuss the questions, but we'll stop. If any question, we'll discuss tomorrow. Anyone would like to add anything? Otherwise, we'll stop here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, then Pranam Bhagavad Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Please continue your Prem Dhani. We'll stop it here. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Karina. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Roji, for giving a wonderful lecture, Roji. Thank you so much, Sahas Roji, for the wonderful bhajan. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. Jam Shmata Brahmamsa Parivraj Kachar Shtardishi Maris Bhaktivananda Samay Rajesh Lobar ki jai.
Jai.
ISKCON Bhavati Founder Charyesh Lobar ki jai.
Jai.
Jam Shmata Brahmamsa Parivraj Kachar Shtardishi Mar Bhakti Saranda Sarasko Samay Rajesh Lobar ki jai.
Jai.
Nanda Godevish Nevavind ki jai.
Jai.
Namacharesh Larasakur ki jai.
Jai.
Brahma Sakar Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shri Sri Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Sham Ganda Radha Gungi Vidam ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Maya Paradam ki jai.
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 Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Jagannath Puri ki jai.
Jai.
Ganga Maya ki jai.
Jai.
Yamuna Maya ki jai.
Jai.
Tulsi Devi ki jai.
Jai.
Bhakti Devi ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Rama Singh Yudhin ki jai.
Jai.
Samavita Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Nita Gaura Brahmananda Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari Bol.
All glories to Srimati Sri Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srimati Sri Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srimati Sri Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Guru Gauranga. Namo Shmira Krishna Mishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharani Nirvishya Sunivari Pashadashtarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Radha Shri Sri Gaura Bhaktivedanta Bhukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Kadyagiram Yakripata Mahamanda Shri Gunitanitarnam Paramananda Madham Shri Chaitanya Karavikorchana Radha Krishna Krishna Bhaktai Bhaktai Namo Namaha Panchagopur Shakri Vismaya Vichapatitanam Pavane Bhavashna Namo Namaha Hare Krishna, everyone. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. Hari Bol.
Hari. Karina Mata ji ki jai. His Grace Srila Govind Prabhu ji ki jai. Sam Shri Das
Miss
Prabhu ji
Jai
ki
Krishna.
jai. Baswati Mata ji, Karina Mata ji, Krishna Mata ji, Veena Mata ji, all devotees ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Gopal Prabhuji ki jai. All devotees ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Maharaj ki jai.
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 His Grace Ramaya Prabhu ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.